DBN Nation, of course. Support DBN Nation. You're hearing it from Floyd Money Mayweather. What's going on?
This is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
My name is Gennady Golovkin.
And you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dante's Boxing Nation. This is AK/Aki reporting. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, subscribe below. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these casual-ass fans. But before we get it rolling, I just want to say a little side note. Dante gave me the opportunity to post on his platform every now and then to share my thoughts and opinion. So I just want to get that cleared. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that will be in the description box below. But while you at it, show love and support to Dante's Cooking Nation and also Dante's Travel Nation. But let's get straight to it. So what do you know? Daniel Jacob came out smoking. He's screaming out free smoke, calling out Charlo, saying that Charlo's ducking him and that he tamed the lion because ever since the incident that took place in Brooklyn when Charlo claimed that he the king of Brooklyn. He was saying, hey, where's Jacob at? And, you know, he was talking all that shit on Twitter and on interviews. And when Jacob pulled up on him, he felt like Charlo body language changed. Me personally, I just thought Jermall Charlo was just reading the situation, trying to see what time it is, feeling the energy in the room. Let's not forget, it was a lot of static that was about to go down if anything would have popped off. And Jacob was alone. You know, he did walk alone. He saw him in the highway and he like, yo, I'm going to confront this man. And I just felt like personally, Charlo was just trying to see what's going on with Jacob. But Jacob felt like Charlo body language changed. He's not the same. He's not keeping it the same energy. And a lot of people felt that way as well. Now, Charlo gonna have to respond because Jacob out here talking about he tamed the lions and he want that smoke. And a lot of people view Charlo as the baddest man in the middleweight division, even though he haven't fought a top fighter. And Jacob was criticizing that. But we got to keep in mind, though, he did try to fight Golovkin. Golovkin didn't want that smoke. So we can't blame Charlo for that. Now, he's the #1 mandatory for Canelo. If Canelo is willing to fight him next, then that's that. If he decides to vacate the belt or get stripped, that's a different story. But we also know Daniel Jacob won the Canelo fight as well. Since he signed with Eddie Hearn is his promoter. If he want to sign him to the Zone, because right now he still fights on HBO and they out of business. This is probably the last fight. So if that's the case, if Eddie Hearn want to sign him, he's going to have to give him something that will interest him, such as a Canelo fight on the Zone in May as a unification bout, because the Zone about to have all the belts. If Jacob wins and he signs Jacob to the Zone, then they're going to have Andre, Canelo, and Daniel Jacob. So Eddie Hearn, as far as the middleweight division goes, is a monopoly when it comes to him because he's going to have all the fighters. But let's not forget, Daniel Jacob manages also Al Heyman. So is Charlo's. So if that's the case, if Daniel Jacob won the Canelo fight, knowing damn well Charlo is the #1 mandatory for his belt and Canelo gonna have to fight him next or get stripped, if he want to take that position away from Charlo, they're gonna have to see each other in the ring. And the winner is gonna get Canelo, most likely. If Canelo decides to step up and fight somebody like that, which he's going to be forced to by the fans. But keep in mind, whoever wins is no longer a mandatory. Like, Charlo wins, he's no longer a mandatory for Canelo, so Canelo doesn't have to fight him. If Daniel Jacob wins, he's a title holder already. So Canelo won't be forced to face him unless it's a unification bout, which he has to be interested in it in order to take the bout. He ain't going to be forced into it. So unless they do Canelo like they did him when he tried to fight Golovkin. The first time, Canelo didn't want to fight Golovkin at the time. He felt like he wasn't ready. And they stripped him of his belt. They told him, hey, look, you got to fight Golovkin or you got to vacate the belt. And that's exactly what Canelo did. Now, I don't think they're going to do that to Canelo again. I felt like that's just because it was Golovkin. You know, they got the complexion for the protection. Daniel Jacob don't have that. That's why the reason when he beat Golovkin, they gave Golovkin the win, because at the end of the day, HBO wasn't about to let Jacob mess up all that money that Canelo versus Triple G brought in. So, guess what? Apparently, you know, Jacob and Charlo gonna have to get it on. I mean, y'all can't be waiting for Canelo. Jacob ain't out here trying to wait for Canelo, and Charlo got an answer. So, you need to pull up in New York to his fight this weekend, or Daniel Jacob might need to pull up on Charlo himself on his upcoming fight December 22 in Brooklyn. That's his hometown, so he need to make it do what it do and make that fight happen some way, somehow, because I believe Charlo, I remember when they ran into each other in Brooklyn, they both had upcoming fights, I believe, and Charlo was telling Jacob, hey, we could both pull out of our fight and fight each other. So, might well do it now if Jacob wins the title. So, if Charlo's willing to pull out of his fight with Monroe, because that's just a stay busy fight. It's a matter of how you win than if you win. So, if he pull out of that fight, because it's just a stay busy fight till he fights Canelo or something, or till he gets a big fight, and fight Jacob on that card instead, because they both with Al Heyman. He's not signed with DAZN yet. That's Jacob. You know, he's still free because this is his last fight on HBO this Saturday night. And since he's not signed to DAZN yet, they could get this fight on Fox, since they both got the same manager. It's an easy fight to make. So they need to make that fight happen next. You got to give mad respect for Daniel Jacob for calling out a beast like Charlo, because that would be like his sixth guy fighting us undefeated. And to me, like I said before, he beat Golovkin. So he done beat so many undefeated fighters. If he's able to pull off the win versus Deveryachenko and fight Jacob next, man, win or lose, mad respect goes out to Jacob. And Charlo, like I said, shit, Daniel Jacob out here disrespecting you left and right. You gotta do something, baby. So at the end of the day, we can't wait to see this fight if it happens next. And the winner gets a tremendous opportunity to fight Canelo, because Canelo will be pressured to fight the winner. But we'll see. So like I always say, subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't listen to these casual ass fans. And if you're a trill one, click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post. Peace.